Hello and welcome back to IRS. We are live for round 6, tier 2 in Monza. 18-minute qualifying session is underway as a few cars leave the pits, I should say. We're just getting up the drivers and constructor standings quickly. Only 8 points separate the top two. And Outlaw for a straight out on track. Dry qualifying session. Hoping there's going to be a dry race as well. IRS LB44 in the chat. Yes, bro. What's up, man? Hope you're good. I'm going to try hard today. I had an up the other day, so I still feel wounded from that. Oh shit. Hope you recover quick from that. Who's first out to do a lap? Aston Martin by the looks of it. Of F codes. Who's turned his hot lap on into the final corner, which is parabolic, I think. If I get the corner names right, but I think we're looking at low 190s for pole position, possibly. As most of the drivers now out on the track into this hard braking zone, then into turn 1 and 2. Takes it through gear 3. Pretty smooth so far from F codes through the first couple of corners. Let's see if we can maintain this lap and deliver a first good time on the board. Ride the curbs as much as you can. A kick of oversteer there, but not too much. Through gear 5 into 6, back down into gear 5, into the DRS zone. 1 of 2. Who's that getting out of the way? That's an Alpine just jumping out of the way. As he runs a bit wide, takes a bit of curb, has a bit of a moment and runs off the track completely, and that's his lap ruined. Unfortunately for F codes, was looking pretty decent up until then. Has come to a standstill now. IRS LB44 is just getting some practice in. No hot lap turned on. Does a 123.5 for his first lap. Will definitely improve on that. Elmo of the Void. No hot lap as well, so presuming he's going for a warm-up lap at 23.6. Amur delivers the first real time, we'd say, with a 119.8 straight off the bat. Outlaw beats that by 20 thousandths of a second. So the top two in the standings separated by only 20 thousandths of a second in their first flying lap then. Nasha with 20.1. Been consistent over the last couple of races with a couple P3s. Jumps in a P3 straight away. TPI with a 20.7 P4. F codes going again. Who else we got? The GF1 in the Alpine. Coming through sector 2 right now into sector 3. Let's see what sort of time he can do. DMB super skills as well, not too far behind on a flying lap in the Mercedes, but here comes GF1 out of the final corner. Crosses the line, it's going to be a 121.1. DMB super skills first flying lap, jumps up to P4 with a 20.5. Elmo of the Void turns his hot lap on in the Haas. It's going to be a big improvement by the looks of it, with a 121.2, decent time. Yo Soy Chris starting his flying lap as well. F codes looks like he's managed to improve with a 119.9, only a 10th off the top two then. Let's go on board with Yo Soy Chris for his flying lap. As he finished P2 last week in Abu Dhabi. showed some good pace towards the end of the race. Was matching the time of Outlaw, who won his first race as a purple sector for Yosei Chris. Today I'm going to try not to mute my mic halfway through the race like I did last week and majority of every week. But Yosei Chris for 52.9 into sector 2. Riding that curve, which you don't really want to do, you want to sort of stick away from that curve because it can unbalance the car, sort of send you into a spin as we saw from F-Codes and the Aston Martin. Into the final quarter for Yosei Chris's first flying lap then. What sort of time can he do? And that is a banging first lap there from Yosei Chris for a 1:19.3. Looks to have some good pace around here though. Next up will be IS1 as most of the drivers are in the pit lane. Let's see what IS1 will do. His teammates currently sit at P5. But yeah, Yosei Chris with a great lap there. Here comes IS1. Down the back straight. To finish off his first flying lap. You know what, I'm going to get up the track map. As IS1 puts in a 1:20.5 P7. And Fast Duga, who said he's got some pain with his shoulder. See how he can get on. In the Williams, only Williams driver here today because he hasn't got a teammate. Unfortunately, we left the server. Here comes Fast Duga then for his first flying lap. It's going to be a 1:19.812. Outlaw did improve actually as well, up to 1:19.7. Still just under 4 tenths away from Yosei Chris. As everyone is now back out on an out lap. IS1 is going to be on an in lap. Let's see who's on to the next flying lap. It will be TPI 300, currently P9, teammate is P10. How much time can he improve around this Monza track? Dry qualifying session. Hopefully someone in the chat can tell me if it's going to be a dry race as well. But yeah, this is round 6. Outlaw currently leading the way in the standings from Anur by 6 points. Sorry, Anur's leading Outlaw in the standings by 6 points. And the next person after that is this man here, GF1, Rizamo, 37 points behind Anur. As we go back to TPI, both of them currently up on their times. TPI just over 2 tenths, GF1 up by 3 tenths into sector 1. As TPI has actually backed off it. Must have made a little mistake somewhere, or he wants to dive into the pits because he's out of fuel. GF1 5 tenths up, makes a bit of a mistake there, missing the apex through a Ascari. Remy is the only driver yet to come out on track to do a lap time. So GF1 might put himself up to P9 here. I mean, he doesn't, he lost a bit of time. Stays P10 for 20.8. Elmo the Void, not improving. F codes, not improving at the moment. Start a new flying lap. DMV super skills, also repairing a lap. Nasher onto a flying lap. Pretty close from second down to sixth at the moment in terms of times. Nasher half a tenth up through sector 1. As he goes through the Lesnos. Lost a bit of time then coming through sector 2. Can he make any more time up in these last couple of corners into Parabolica? Bit of traffic ahead, but won't affect him. Finishes off the lap. Will it be an improvement? Yes, it will. A 119.999 stays P6 there. What else we got out there? Anyone improving on their times? F codes improving on his time there. Jumping up to P2 in the Aston Martin. Just under 2 tenths away from Rolls-Royce Chris. We've got Elmo of the Void who's up 5.5 tenths in sector 2. There's a 120.8, 420 splits the 2 Alpines. So found some time there on that lap. Dry race from IRS LB44, nice one, you legend. Yo, sorry, Chris then, currently P1 in qualifying. Let's see how much more time he can find, if he can find any at all. Down into sector 1 we go. He's 16 thousandths of a second off his best time in sector 1 so far. Has a bit of a moment there as well with the rear tyres. Doesn't look like he's going to be improving this lap at the moment. I think sector 2. Yeah, he's backed off. Turned his DRS off. You can see car was sliding about a lot there. Let's go on board with IRS LB44. He's a second up. Turned his DRS on, switched over to the soft compound. Let's see how much time he can make. Oh, takes a lot of curve there. Would have cost him the exit as well. How much more time is he up? So 54.1, he's 1.4 seconds up. So I need to find a bit more time. But like he said, he had an operation a couple of days ago, so I'm not expecting the fastest times from IRS LB44 as we just crossed the line there. TPI moving up to P7 with a 120.054 in the Alpine IRS LB44. Where will he finish? A 121.1. Not too bad. I'm sure he can find some more time in that in his last flying lap. If he dives into the pits, gets a new set of tyres. How's the Outlaw getting on? P3 at the moment. About on the 2 championship battlers. Runs a bit wide there, doesn't know. He's on his out lap anyway. DMV super skills. On a flying lap, he's got his teammate just ahead of him. He might give him a bit of a slipstream down this straight here, or the back straight. Might help him out. Nah, DMV super skills had a big moment there as well, so he's backed off his lap. A lot of drivers struggling there out of the Lesnos. Let's jump on board with Outlaw. See what he can do. Purple Derp, unfortunately not here today, so Outlaw carrying the Red Bull team. Has he improved in Sector 2? Yes, he has, just under a 10th up. Took a Scary very nicely there as well. One of the McLarens just preparing their lap as well. Into Parabolic we go. 13% ERS. He uses a lot of ERS this lap compared to other people. Does improve though. Just over half a tenth away from Yo Soy Chris, who's still got that first flying lap of a 1:19.3 on pole position. Fast Ugar invalidated his flying lap. And Nur Hassan currently leading the way in the standings. I think he just clipped the grass a little bit there, made him go wide. There's a 1:19.5 just behind Outlaw. 2 tenths between the top 4. Let's have a look. Remy's finally out on track. Currently P13. No time set. Into Parabolica he comes. Jumps up to P11. IRS LB44 is going to miss out on a new flying lap there. Outlaw dives into the pits, that's his qualifying over. Qualifying is about to end. Elmo off the void will not be improving. A 1:20.8, P10 for him at best. A lot of drivers already in the pits with their qualifying over. GF1 will not be improving. Neither will Nur. How about F codes? Nope, F codes will not be improving as well. How about Nasha? A 10th up on his time through Sector 2. Has he found any more time to get himself into the top 5? Yes, he has, just above Fast Tuga. Yo Soy Chris did not improve either. And then we're going to stay on board with Remy, who's not going to be improving either. How about Ice One? Final driver to set us a lap time here in qualifying before we get this race underway. Currently P9, he's out of ERS, so I don't think he's going to be improving. Into the pits he goes, and that is Tier 2 Round 6 qualifying over and done with. We're going to get this 26 lap race underway in about a minute time. But Yo Soy Chris finished P2 last week in Abu Dhabi, all the way down from P11 on the grid, takes his first pole position here in IRS, followed by the 2 championship battlers of Outlaw and Anur. 2 tenths between the top 4. I'm so rusty from Fast Uga in the Twitch chat there. There's your confirmation of short qualifying here at Monza. 1.72. I swear I'm always so ill as well when I'm doing this commentary for Tier 2. There's always something wrong when I'm doing commentary for Tier 2. There's 7 tenths between the top 8, not too bad. Let's hope Turn 1's clean like Tier 1. Somehow Tier 1 race was really clean into Turn 1 and 2, but the rest of the race was a bit of a mayhem, so let's hope Tier 2 has a bit of a better race today. We'll wait for everyone to do their tyre choices and strategy. And someone remind me in chat, if you're watching, if you don't hear me for a couple of minutes in this race, I've probably muted myself by accident, like I always do. Ah, 27 laps, my bad, I thought it was 26, but here we go. 5 red lights here at Monza. We wait for the little glitch before we get ourselves underway. Off we go. It's a great start from Outlaw there, who's moved straight into the lead of the race. F-Codes as well, jumping up from P4 straight up into P2. Is it going to be a clean turn 1? No, it's not. No, it's not, because people have absolutely sent it and absolutely messed that up completely. IS1, I think, missed his braking zone completely. And that is a virtual safety car straight off the bat. No, it's not. It's a full safety car straight off the bat. And I probably gave that commentator's curse by saying Tier 1 was clean into Turn 1 and 2, because Tier 2 I've just ruined that straight away. IRS LB44, damn. Massive gainer out of that. 8 positions into Turn 1 and 2. Great start for him, but for the majority of the grid, that was absolute chaos. Yet again, both Alpines, like Abu Dhabi, are down to 11th and 12th in the race already. TPI is going to have to dive into the pits and get a wing change. Brake on the grass and fuck this shit. Got squeezed. That looks like a Romanian word, scuze, which means sorry in Romanian. But I know what you mean. Squeezed, meant to write squeezed. Damn. I see a couple people completely missed their braking zone by the looks of it as well. That was a bit of a hectic start there from Tier 2. As we see, Nasher into the pits, DMB into the pits, Elmo, TPI, all into the pits. We got wing changes for all those drivers there. Not the best of starts we've seen from Tier 2. Now we gotta wait for them 4 drivers to catch up and get this race back underway. Yeah, but what a great start from Outlaw that was. And the F-Codes. Even though Yo Soy Chris did sort of run into the back of Outlaw there, he somehow managed to maintain the lead into Turn 1 and 2. I'm surprised no one started on soft, you know. Then tried a soft medium race. It is possible here at Monza, if you're good at tyre wear saving. Should be one more lap of the safety car and then we'll be ready to race again. Hopefully with this rolling us up behind the safety car, it won't be as bad as what we just saw there into turn 1. See if F codes can possibly challenge Outlaw. But yeah, at the moment, it's 6 points between Outlaw and Amur in the standings. Outlaw trying to take the win home today after his first ever Tier 2 win last week in Abu Dhabi. I knew I love starting on the hards. He's always starting on the hard tyres. He's surrounded by medium runners. Gonna have to drain his DRS for the first couple of laps. Try to stay within the DRS, the top 2. Unless he has the pace to just maintain that with them. Outlaw's lagging a bit there. Safety car in this lap, as we expected. You want to back the field up real early here. Because Monza's got these long straights. You can be vulnerable to the slipstream and the ERS, which Outlaw's done. Does he leave it late or does he go early? Try to catch them by surprise. Oh my god. He's gone already. Draining his battery. Trying to stay ahead. Looks like IRS 44's got a run on fast Ugo here. Possibly going to go for the move down the outside, which he tries to. Not going to work there. F goes up the inside as well though. Outlaw missed that. Late breaking into turn 1. Takes the lead of the race. Couple cars off the track in the background. Who's that? That looks like it's Remy off the track. Top 2 trying to pull away from Manur, who's on the hard tyres. Up the inside goes fast Ugo. He's completely missed his braking zone there, running to the back of Anur, which could cost him the DRS in the next couple of laps here. IRS 44 now up to P4. That's 9 positions gained. He's having a great start to this race, just avoiding the carnage ahead of him. 2 Hasses, 5th and 6th. But yeah, like I said, Anur's going to have to drain his battery now to try to stay within the DRS, as Outlaw's making a move possibly into Ascari. Not quite close enough. F Codes has a bit of a moment there. Could help Anur get back in the DRS, which it has. Which should be enabled this lap, I think. IRS 44 losing a bit of time. But Anur's had a big moment. Onto the grass he goes and spins round. And he's... Oh my god, Anur, the championship leader, has a massive moment, and that is another safety car. As he's got the car in neutral, trying to find reverse through Parabolica, and he's going to be straight into the pits for a brand new wing change. And we've yet to have a full lap of racing. Well, we technically did have one there, but yeah, another 5 drivers into the pits. GF1, Fastuga, Remy. Go for the softs, guys. If you're not feeling comfortable, and during the instance, put the soft tyres on. Go for the medium, run at about laps 16, 17. Maybe earlier actually, maybe 13 or 14. I'm surprised no one did that. But yeah, championship leader Anur clipping the grass on the entry of Parabolica, which absolutely sends the car into a spin. Tried to save it. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't. As now we got to wait for the safety car. Safety cars are reduced as well. What's going on? How was that safety car? I don't understand. Nah, fair enough, it was standard, but But Monza is one of these tracks, so it's normally quite chaos. I swear every league that I see, Monza is just normally incidents. And the safety car is always hard to catch up to because of how quick this lap is. And I swear the safety car drives quicker around here than most other tracks. Doesn't look like it, but I swear it does. IRS 44 is now up to P2. He's up 11 positions in the first 6 laps. Had an operation the other day. Said he's going to try, but I won't expect too much. Great start to this race. Elmo of the Void up 5 positions as well. Safety car should be in at the end of this next lap. Yeah, but that was a very big surprise from Manure to make that mistake that he did. That's 2 mistakes that he's made in the last 2 races. Last week he got a drive-through penalty, I believe, for speeding under the virtual. This week he's made another mistake. Is the pressure of trying to win this Tier 2 championship getting to him? And he's losing a bit of concentration. Well, I'm really surprised that people didn't box for softs there, and they're opting for the hard tyres. This might help the medium runners at the top though. They could possibly now box for soft tyres later on in this race. We're coming through the Lesmos for the 7th time. With 1 full lap of racing. Outlaw's going to have another chance to restart this race. There's a safety car in this lap. He's going to back the field up a lot earlier. Does he do the same? Where he starts to full pelter down through Parabolica. Oh my god, I'm so ill. Looks like Outlaw's going to do the exact same thing. No, he's not. He's waiting a bit more this time, but there he goes. Yo, sorry, Chris. Caught sleeping a little bit, and IRS 44 is going to go for the lead here. Up the inside he goes on Outlaw into turn 1. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? That's a good move from IRS 44 if he can get it stopped. And there's another car around. Yo, sorry, Chris now has been spun around possibly. Didn't quite see what happened, but IRS 44 and Outlaw sort of lagging a little bit. Outlaw's managed to get back past IRS 44, who's coming up the inside again to take the lead of this race. And he's now up 12 positions from the back of the grid. Always nearly lost it though. And Outlaw's gonna possibly do the undercut here, get a better exit, use the ERS and retake the lead of the race, which he does. There's a yellow flag in the background. Anu's out of the race. Championship leader. Anu is out of this race. What has happened there? Remy's been spun around as well. Was there possible contact between Remy and Anu? But that's a big surprise. Anu, who's been so consistent all season long, is now out of this race. I'm not sure what happened there. Too busy looking at Outlaw and IRS W44 battling for the lead. Only a virtual this time. How can that be a virtual? But last lap was a full safety car. I don't understand this game. Yo, sorry, Chris into the pits. Is there possible damage from him? If I was him, I'd box for the softs. Onto the hard tyres. What's going on, guys? No one's opted for softs. If I was Joe Soy Chris, Fast 2 go with a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. IRS LB44 is struggling through the Lesmos at the moment. You can see him just lighting up the rears. Also lagging a little bit. Here comes Nasha trying to make the move. He's not even had any DRS yet, I don't think. Lap 9 we've literally not had no DRS. We've got F codes, 3 wide, oh my god, Elmo, F codes and TPI all going side by side. There's contact, what's going on? F codes is out, and why did no driver back out then? Come on guys, what is this racing? Where is the racing etiquette in this race? Seriously. We've not had a full lap of racing, I swear we haven't. We've had no DRS, because guys are just absolutely sending it. No driver wanted to back out then. 3 wide down the back straight into the most ridiculous collision ever. Yo, sorry Chris. Gonna have to back off. Due to Delta. Nearly crashes into his teammate there, locks up his tyres. But IRS LB44 jumps onto the softs. But honestly, I just don't understand what the 3 drivers are doing now. Fast Uga with another drive-through penalty for speed onto the safety car this time. And this race is starting to get out of hand now. With lap 10, we've had 1 full lap of racing, we've had no DRS due to the safety cars. Nash is in the lead of this race, followed by Remy. Yet to pit, everyone else is boxed. And this is a crazy race from tier 2 here. Really. For me as well, I've got a Monza race myself after this, and if it's anything like this, I'm just not gonna show up. Genuinely. Like that last crash though, I don't think Elmo, the Void or F-Code should do anything about it. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was the Alpine. Was it the Alpine? It was either TPR or GF1, I think, who tried to put their car in the middle of a gap that was never going to work. Oh, so it was TPR, that guy cries a lot. It was the Alpine in the middle. Yeah, I don't understand why he was trying to put that Alpine in a position where it was never going to work out. Like, you had F codes on the outside, Elmo on the inside. None of them moved at all. They kept their line, and he just tried to squeeze his way through and just caused the collision. There was no like racing etiquette whatsoever. Should have just backed out of it, see what happened into Parabolica, and tried to get a better exit down the straight. So I think that would definitely be going to the steward's room. I definitely think that would be a penalty being awarded to CPI. The Rosenberg could see it coming from a mile away. One of them should have. Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. I would never have gone for a gap like that. If it was British touring cars, you know what I mean, BTCC, then yeah, fair enough. You try to squeeze your car through for an F1, nah, no chance. It's been a hectic race so far. Genuinely, we've had 11 laps behind a safety car, or a virtual safety car. I thought tier 1 was bad and it couldn't get any worse, but I've been proved wrong. Safety car in this lap. Right, can we have a couple laps, or 5-10 laps of full racing now? There's 10 cars left, all up for points. Had the pace, had the strategy, unbelievable, could have won. Yeah, that's so unfortunate for you. Like, there's nothing you could have done about that. And it's just a silly collision that happened. But yeah, sometimes people don't think. As Nasha is going to lead the way for lap 12 onto lap 13. He's leaving it very late. And there he goes, trying to catch Remy by surprise, which he has done. Outlaw. He doesn't look like he has a lot of straight line speed in that Red Bull. But even with the ERS, you can see IRS LB44 once again coming up the inside, who misses his braking zone a little bit, but forces Remy out wide, gives him the space into turn 1. Not so much into turn 2. Kind of forced his way through there. Outlaw manages to get by as well. Nasher's flying away. 1.3, and Remy's missed the braking. A lot of guys missing their braking zones today. There's a yellow flag in the background. I think that's just Remy. But yeah, a lot of drivers missing their braking zones completely. There's a Haas in the background who's had a bit of a moment. Yo, so Chris. Under pressure from DMB Super Skills now. Outlaw trying to stick with IRS LB44 on the softs. He runs a bit wide. Gonna be under pressure. Coming down into Parabolica. But a straight line speed again of IRS LB44 in that Mercedes is enough to fend off the Red Bull of Outlaw. IRS LB44 running a wide, and Parabolica is going to cost him, as here comes Outlaw draining his battery again. But IRS LB44 says nope, I'm going to drain mine too and take the position right back. This time he gets the braking right. He got a fast 2 go into the pit serving his drive-through penalty. Did he serve both of them, or has he got to serve another one again? He's had 2 drive-through penalties in this race. Wait for him to leave the pits to see what happens. Nope, he's still got to serve it. He's still got to serve another one. He's going to be 30 odd seconds behind. As Nasher's not pulling away on them old hards. IRS LB44 taking a lot of curb through that corner. He's going to be under pressure again from Outlaw. Coming up to Ascari. Does Outlaw go for a move? No, he doesn't. That's going to be a track limit for him though. Just took a bit too much curb and cut the corner a little bit. Let me double check that. Yeah, he did. TPI just behind him as well did the same thing. Have we got DRS yet? It's literally been lap 14 we've had no DRS. That's how crazy this race has been. DRS has been enabled for the first time this race on lap 15. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Don't think I've ever seen anything like that. DRS being enabled on lap 15 for the first ever time in this race. That's mad. As DMB Super Skills having a little battle with Elmo of the Void. Go back to the top 3 though, because they're all within 2/10 of each other. Elmo nearly runs into the back of DMB Super Skills. Yo, Soy Chris gonna manage to get past his teammate there. Up into P6. Yeah, you can tell Nasher's under pressure now due to the 13 lap old hards. Could have been a mistake not to pit. IRS LB44 did break a bit early there, which has cost Outlaw, who was unexpected by that. Cost him a couple of attempts, had to lift off big time. I think IRS LB44 is going to be able to get past Nasher with ease here down the straight. He's draining his battery, he's going to have the DRS, he's going to take the lead in this race. There he goes. As the top 4 are starting to pull away here. GF1 has got a 5-second, what? Did he just miss the chicane completely? Elmo of the Void off the track as well. Into turn 1. Outlaw doesn't need to do anything here. He just needs to stick behind these 2 drivers and take the lead of this race. They have both got a box, because they will not make it to the end of this race on the tyres they are currently on. So Outlaw doesn't need to drain his battery with his ERS like he's doing right now. He needs to save it from TPI behind him. That'd be the wrong thing to do by draining your ERS. He needs to just look ahead of him and see what tyres they're on. Just keep calm. His championship rival is out in this race. He needs to finish well and needs to make no mistakes. Gets a great exit through Parabolica though. Has to lift a little bit due to nearly running into the back of Nasher. IRS LB44 could lose 2 positions here. Could lose 3 positions here. As TPI moves up the inside of Outlaw. Slight, oh, Outlaw turning a bit too early there. I think TPI sort of missed his braking zone now. So that was sort of 50-50 from both drivers there. DMB Super Skills trying to catch up. The rest of the field are a bit spread out now. Top 5, top 6 are the closest, as TPI makes a move on IRS LB44, bit of contact as well, sends IRS LB44 wide, losing 2 positions in 1 corner. As that has helped Nasher escape the DRS from TPI, but I think he'll gain it back through Ascari right now due to the tyre wear, which he does. But on the exit of Ascari, Nash has had a good exit. Here comes Outlaw. Trying to have a look into Parabolica on TPI. Nash is going to have to box in. 15 lap old hards already. He's not making them to the end. No DRS for TPI. Outlaw moved out a bit too late there. Still going to get the position, I believe. Yes, he does. IRS LB44 nearly running into the back of the Alpine there. But the 2 Mercedes and the 2 Alpines are going to battle it out for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th position. Outlaw's managed to get back into the DRS of Nasher, who's starting to struggle on those hard tyres now. Yeah, 5 seconds for GF1 is going to cost him. DMB Super Skills with 3 pit stops and it's still in P5. That's how hectic this race has been. Let's see if Outlaw can get past Nasher then. 8 lap tyre difference between them both. TPI is about to lose a DRS here and come under threat from the Mercedes drivers. I think he just about got it. No, he didn't. There goes Nasher into the pits. Outlaw takes the lead of this race, followed by TPI, who could be getting a after race penalty. I'm not too sure. Need to see what happens in the steward's room. But from the footage we saw, it did look like it was his fault. I'm intrigued to see what happens though, because TPI, I don't know, they're not going to go to the end of these medium tyres. Another 8 laps, they could do, but they're going to be 50-60% tyre wear. IRS LB44 definitely has to box again. The DMB Super Skills and Yolsoy Chris could be on for a podium here. So I think GF1 with his 5 seconds for the tyre wear will not make it to the end either. I think Nash has cost himself by not boxing on the safety car. He's down in 8th position. IRSW44 picking up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Let's go into the race directory quickly and we'll see how many people have been exceeding track limits. Oh, quite a lot of people in the last 5 laps. DMB Super Skills, IRSW44, Yolsoy Chris, gotta be careful. Did IRSW44 just get another penalty? No, he didn't. That was from before for some reason. Into the pit he goes. As there's a little battle here between DMB Super Skills and GF1. Who gets past the Mercedes driver into turn 1 and 2. Outlaw has now made a 1.3 second gap up top. Only won his first ever race in Tier 2 last week at Abu Dhabi. Looks strong again for his second race win. 2-2 for him possibly. And we got Remy overtaking Fast Tuga, who's in the pits for a brand new set of softs. DMV Super Skills with the DRS. Does he make a move into Ascari? He's going for it. No, he's not. Backs out of it last minute. Runs out of road. Sensible decision with the next DRS zone coming up. Will be an easy move here. He's going to get it done before the DRS zone. So he's going to have the DRS as he crosses the line. Moves up into P3. And most of the drivers are now spread out, but we've finally had about 4 or 5 laps of actual racing without a safety car. The steward's room is going to be very busy tonight. Which is not good for me or any of the stewards, but it is what it is. Outlaw is now 1.8 and pushing along nicely on those hard tyres. He's going to be comfortably winning this race if he makes no mistakes. GF1 getting back by on DMB. Yolsoy Chris is slowly catching up as well. I see that delta time dropping a little bit. Nash is caught up with Elmo of the Void. But I think it's in a bit of tyre management mode. I think he's possibly trying to get to the end of this race on those mediums. I don't think there'll be any fight from him. As DMB super skills coming down the straight on GF1 again. Back into P3, they keep swapping positions. GF1 with a much better exit though, back around the outside. As swaps position once again. Nasher does get past Elmo of the Void. He's trying not to lock up as much as he can. GF1 running a bit wide there. DMB super skills. He yet again runs out of road before the corner turns up. Can't get the job done. While that's happening, this man here, Yo Soy Chris, is within the DRS now as Fast Ego sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:21.063. Extra point for him. Here comes Yo Soy Chris up the inside into Parabolica. Forces DMB wide. There's going to be contact. Oh, luckily they didn't spin round, but Yo Soy Chris got that bit wrong there. Just outbraked himself into DMB super skills. Who dives into the pits for a brand new set of softs. Will rejoin behind his teammate of IRS LV44, who's coming down the straight now into P7. It does help GF1. So we're trying to get those mediums to the end. 13 lap old mediums. Got another 4 laps to go. Next couple of laps, the tyre wear will be degrading a lot. And you'll tell by the gap between him and Yo Soy Chris, who's on the 14 lap old hard, so his tyres might be a bit bad as well, to be fair. I was looking at the gap between Outlaw and TPI, who are both on 13 lap old tyres, hards and mediums, and Outlaw's just pushed away nicely. 2.5 the gap. TPI is draining his battery. He still might get a podium here. But to be fair, no, because he might get a 15-second time, isn't he? He might still finish in the top 5 somehow. Even after taking someone out. I'm not too sure, we'll see what happens. He says he doesn't record, so he needs to record his race so we can see his POV of what happened. Even though I have the POV actually, so maybe not. Because I did catch his car on the stream. Yo Soy Chris, back within the DRS of GF1. Oh, GF1's run wide completely. That's going to allow Yo Soy Chris to take P3. Bit of DRS chicken though. Yo Soy Chris intentionally backed off there just to get the DRS on GF1 and make the move into turn 1 by the looks of it. Which he's done. There he goes, moving up into P3 in a podium. But GF1 tries to outbrake him around the outside, not quite. Doesn't have the tyres and the grip to do so. Nasher's trying to catch up as well, 7 seconds behind. I think he's a bit too far. I say that, he's just gained a second near enough in one corner there. 8 tenths in one corner. So if they keep battling ahead, he might get himself up to P4. Use 1.3 seconds to catch up with GF1. And he's all over the place at the moment with these tyres. You can tell their mediums are completely gone. They're probably on about 50-60% wear now. Yo Soy Chris with a 3-second time penalty as well. So if Nasher has the next 2 laps and absolutely sends it, he could possibly get himself up to a podium here. 5.8. He's gained 1.2 in this last lap. If he does that in the next 2 laps, he will get himself a podium. Yo Soy Chris and GF1 are battling out still. Remy with a 3-second time penalty down on P9. Ooh, GF1 nearly spins it. Gets on the throttle well too early. Allows Yo Soy Chris to get back past him. 5.4, 5.3. The gap behind to Nasher. As this is going to cost him time now, the way Yo Soy Chris just took that corner. And Nasher's going to find so much time through this corner here. It's going to go down to 4.5, maybe. 4.3, 3.7. 3.4, he's just found 2 seconds in one corner because these two are battling that out. Nasher's going to get himself a podium. He's got to drain his battery now, does Nasher. He's got to drain everything. There we go, 2.9. He's within the 3 seconds of GF1. He needs to find a couple more attempts to get Yo Soy Chris as well. But on to the last lap we go. Before round 5, Outlaw had never won a race in Tier 2. He won at Abu Dhabi and he's about to make it 2-2 here in Monza. And take his second ever race win in IRS. GF1 still battling out with Yo Soy Chris, which is costing them both a position here. Sorry, he has a 5 seconds, doesn't he? Yeah, so Nasher just needs to stay within 3 seconds of Yo Soy Chris here as IRS LB44, DMB Super Skills and Elmo of the Void all battling into turn 1. As we're watching Outlaw come through the Lesmos for the last time. He's 4.4 ahead into Ascari for the final time, 27th of final time of this race. We'll be taking his second race win. Yo Soy Chris is still battling with GF1 here, but left right on board with Outlaw as he comes through Parabolica for the final time, and will take victory here in IRS for round 6 and take the championship lead ahead of Anur. What a result for Outlaw. TPI is going to come home in P2. GF1 is going to come home in P3, P4 for Nasher because Yo Soy Chris is spun on the final corner. Nasher takes the podium ahead of GF1. Yo Soy Chris is going to finish in P5 by the looks of it. IRS LB44 has got his teammate right behind him. It's going to be a photo finish between them two, maybe. Maybe not. Yes, it will. IRS LB44 lets him through. P6 for DMB, P7 for Elmo, P8 for IRS LB44. Remy's going to come home in P12, and Fast 2 guy is going to come home in 10th position with the fastest lap, I believe. Yes, he does. So that is round 6, Tier 2 over and done with in the most chaotic race we've seen so far this season. Well deserved race win, I'd say, for Outlaw there. Kept it calm and composed, stayed out of trouble, kept his head, and got the victory that he needed to take the championship lead. There he is, celebrating on the podium, and there's your final classification. 25 points on the board for the Red Bull. TPI does get P2, but could be a possible after-race penalty coming for him, which will see him down to... The maximum penalty would be 15 seconds, so he'll be down to P4. we shall see what happens there. But Nasha P3, there's your podium for now. But yeah, what a crazy race. GF1 up from 12th on the grid to P4. F codes and the IS1 all DNFing in this race, unfortunately for them. We'll see the stewards room in a minute and see what sort of incidents we got to deal with. But hope you enjoyed that chaotic race from tier 2. Hoping next week would be a lot better in Austria. IRS LB44, well done to him. P8 points on the board, to be fair, after having an operation last week, or this week, sorry. But yeah, not a bad result for him, still in the points. Hope you lot enjoyed that tier 2 race. So yeah, we'll see you next Sunday, same time again for Austria, which should be a bit better. So thanks for watching. Peace out.